Hey, what's up, everybody? We do have a new light that we are going to review today. It is the Betopper. That's the name of the company. Start looking them up. They are coming out with some cool stuff. Well, this is the Betopper LB150. It is a beam light. And now I do have my DMX bridge set up right here, my 80J DMX bridge, which will be controlling the DMX software and all of that good stuff. So we're gonna jump right into it, get right into what these lights can do. As you can see, they're already on, they're set up, they're ready to go. So here we are, the Betopper LB150 beam light. And now what do they come with in the box? Of course, you got your foam and all that good stuff that you gotta get out the way, but they do come with your power cable, a small DMX cable. This is a safety chain, and they come with a mounting bracket. So that's what they come with. And of course, they have a lens wiper also. We do have the user manual. We're gonna run through this manual at the end of the video. And so, as I said, I do have my 80J DMX bridge, which is right there set up. And I do have a few shows already dialed in. So you can see that they are responding very well to the DMX. So let's see what these babies have going. All right, so when talking DMX, I have this one as this light right here, and this one as the second light. So if I just wanted to control the first light, go to channels, and see, pan, you can move it, tilt, you can tilt it straight up if you want to. You can tilt it at me a little bit. We have our dimmer and shutter. We're gonna go ahead and turn your shutter all the way up, and then look at that dim. So if you guys haven't gotten into DMX, you more than likely want to. So the color wheel, I can change all the colors, green, blue, orange, and pinks. And so, yeah, it changes as I go. If you wanted a color wheel to move, you can do that. It's gonna change ever so often based on where you have it set. Turn it back to white. Same with the gobos. You can switch up on all the gobos. See, it's just going through the gobos. And then you can have a gobo scroll. This is your prism right there. As you can see, prism. But yeah, you can get these things to do whatever it is you want to. Now let's turn this one on. Like I said, we're gonna turn that shutter all the way up, dimmer all the way up. But yeah, shutter is also your strobing. So you guys want some strobes? There you go. Dimmer. Now let's move these babies together. There we go. There we go. And so with this controller, I do have an effects generator. So one of the effects that I already made for this was the beam search. So it's just getting them to move a little bit, and you can see that they are responding pretty well. Not too jittery or anything on the movements. I believe I'm in 8-bit channel mode instead of 16-bit channel mode, so it's a little bit more jittery than the 16-bit channel mode. But these are some excellent lights. Turn it off, they'll go back to home position. All right, so first thing first on these babies, this is a 150-watt fixture. Now, the LED source is 100 watts. All right, you do have a beam angle of 1.72 degrees. So a real tight beam on this thing. All right. And then let's talk about the prism. Let's jump right to the prism. You have a 18 facet prism on this baby. So, you know, some prisms is 16 and 8. Well, this one right here, you have 18. As you can see right here, the prism, you have the inside of it being 6 and the outside of it being 12. It's pretty cool. And so on the back side, we do have the DMX in, the DMX out. We have the power con in and a power con out, which is great. It's perfect. We love an in and out on the power. You do have a mounting bracket that's built in. You also can use that mounting bracket right there, but also this, you can use this as either your safety chain mount or your mounting bracket. You can put some circle clamps or any kind of clamps right in those holes right there. And these are also the handles. They have them on both sides. At the back, you have a big old fan right there. And then you have additional ports on this side and this side, and also right here. Now, the bottom is metal. That is metal. And around it is plastic. This is plastic. That is plastic. But of course, the gears on the inside of this thing is metal. And look at this. It's not a sticker. It is actually engraved into the plastic. It says Betopper. That is beautiful. So up front, you do have your 4 buttons that controls your LCD screen. This light right here means that you are in DMX mode. This light right here, this ERR, that means error. So if that red button comes on, then you have an error somewhere. But I was able to just open it right up out of the box, plug it in, and scroll through the menu. Pretty easy and straightforward stuff, okay? So the first one, of course, is your DMX address. If you push OK, you can scroll through the different, well, push OK again. Now you can scroll through the different numbers for your DMX. Or am I doing it wrong? Oh, well, there we go. We're going to stay on 73 because that's what I needed to be on. Run mode, that is like your different show modes, all right? You got energetic, you have calm, you have romantic for like your slow stuff, you have sound active also. So those are the options for that. Right now I'm sticking on DMX. So if you guys do get this and you don't have a DMX controller, you have these 4 different options to where you can run it as a standalone fixture. MS choose, let's see what that is. All right, so this is if you're on sound active or a show mode and you have more than one, you can set this one to be your master, which will be your main, and this one will be need to be set to slave, which will cause this light to mimic your master light. All right, let's go back to that. And then auto, it'll choose based on certain circumstances which one is going to be master, which one is going to be slave. Manual control, all right, that just means you have 12 channels, right? And since we're here, we can go ahead and let you guys know what those 12 channels are. You have pan, you have pan fine, you have tilt, you have tilt fine. That is the fixture speed, so how fast you want this thing to move. You have your dimmer, you have your strobe or your shutter, all right? You have the color, you have the gobo that you want to select, the prism, all right? And then the other ones that's not listed, the other channels that's not listed, you have a reset option. Let's see, so reset option, you have a reserve channel. So we named all the other 10, and 11 and 12 is a reserve channel and a reset option or fixture options. So let's go back to this menu. All right, let's get up out of manual control, go back to the address. We on 73. All right. You have settings. This is what I did use. If you are going to use these as a slave active, master mode, whatever you want to call it, you do want to go to settings. And because this one will be set up on is regular, right? But this one you would want to invert the pan and the tilt. And you have your pan and tilt inversion options right here. All right, that'll hold. What would that do? If you are in DMX mode and it goes out of whack, your DMX drop, you can choose whether it's gonna hold or go blackout or anything like that. Your curve, that's for your people who be recording videos and shows and stuff. All right, sound sense, that is the volume or the volume level of your microphone, your built-in microphone, for when you do have sound going and this thing is on sound active mode. All right, PWM, I haven't looked at that. Motor calibration. All right, motor calibration. If some kid comes and push this and move it and all that stuff like I just did, motor calibration. Uh-oh, passcode, never mind. Oops. Let's get up out of that. Ooh, and we are back. So I have to figure out the passcode. Display, that's if you want it right side up or upside down. Information, just telling you the firmware, software, and all that stuff. Reset will reset everything back to factory and all that good stuff. But that is basically the menu. Pretty straightforward on all of that stuff. Now, let's see what I have going for the DMX. Now, this light is pretty darn bright. You can even see the beams in the air. We didn't cook anything. I didn't blow off any fog, any haze, nothing like that. The window is open, the front door is open, the sun is out, and you were able to see the beams, even with, it's just good air quality. All right, so we was talking about that prism. Now you guys can see what I was talking about. Look at that. 6 on the inside and 12 on the outside. So that is a 18 facet prism. Pretty cool stuff. Let's talk about the colors. Colors, you got the blues, your pinks, your purples, your orange, your yellow, your dark blue, your green, red. Of course, you got your white. You have your different color temperatures on the white also. So this, on this fixture, let me go to the manual to let you guys know exactly what those colors are, the exact colors, because I believe the different color whites you have. Where is it? So this right here shows you the colors. All right, you have white. We're gonna go clockwise. You have 5600 Kelvin. You have 3200 Kelvin. Cyan, grass green, light blue, rose red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and red. So white, 5600 Kelvin, 3200 Kelvin, cyan, grass green, light blue, rose red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and red. And now let's talk about the gobos on this baby. As you guys can see, these are the gobos right here. There they are. Let me focus on these things. We got some funky gobos. Some I will use, some I won't. And so far I see about 4 that I will use. 5, 6, 7, and 8. I will use all of those. I'm using that, using the heart. So 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 for sure that I will be used. Probably the 8th one also. So yeah, more than likely I'm gonna use that one too. Last thing before I get up out of here, let's go ahead and demo the sound active or the auto mode. All right, so we're gonna go to menu. We're gonna set this one up as our master. Push enter. So this one is doing basically what it's going to want to do. Make sure it's on master. Go to master. All right. So now that we got this set as our master, this one of course is going to want to come and copy what we got going. Let me scoot you over a little bit. So this one is on slave mode. So one thing I said you can do, you can either leave it how it is, but let's say you got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4 different fixtures. You have different things you can do. So we're gonna go to the settings. One thing I like to do, if you just have 1 or 2, you can keep it on the same thing, but this pan invert right there, we're gonna turn that on. Watch what it does. So right now we only have the pan invert. So basically it's gonna do what it's doing, but it's gonna do it backwards. See that? But now, another thing you guys want to do is this tilt mode. You want to get into that. If I turn this tilt invert on, watch what it does. Now it's going to do the same thing. It's going to face the same direction as in the pan of it, but it's just going to do everything in the different direction as the Y spectrum or whatever you want to call it. So when you have something facing this way on one light, it'll be facing that way on the other. So something pretty cool you guys want to check out. So what if we did just the tilt invert? What's going to happen? This light is going to go down when this one goes up. So let's do that. So tilt is already on. Let's turn the pan off. So there we go. Pan is off. In a couple seconds. Well, I guess I lied. It isn't gonna go up and one goes down. But anyways, pretty cool stuff. One is facing one direction and the other is facing the other direction. But when you have 4 of these or 3 of these, play with that pan invert. Of course, the ones on the very end, you will have pan invert and tilt invert turned on. You want those to do the exact opposite. But when it comes to the ones that's in the middle, so 2 and 3, you will play around with that pan invert and tilt invert settings to where basically you have a pretty cool light show. Everything will be doing something different, but it'll be doing something as far as like the same light color and the same gobo. So you'll have lights all over the place and they will look like they are programmed. So if you guys haven't gotten into DMX yet, that's the way to go. Get up on the auto mode and mess with the pan and tilt inversion. Right now listed on Betopper without any sales or anything going on. We don't know if they have any special promotions, but right now I see the regular price on these are $260, $259.99 plus tax, plus any shipping and handling. But that's a great price. And I will tell you now, this light is very bright and it is hot on my arm right now. It's bright, hot on my shoulder too. But this is a light I've always wanted, a beam light. I have 2 now, and we are gonna put this to the test at one of my upcoming events. I'm gonna dial this into my 80J link and run them along with some other bright and popping lights that I have. Now, a lot of you know that I'm the head DJ, the lead DJ at Arkansas State University. Opening week is coming. I have 4 events. 4 dates back to back for opening week at Arkansas State University. I'm pretty sure we do have silent disco on a Tuesday. Now I might use these for silent disco. Now in this place, I usually just set up my Chauvet, the little bars, the gig bars, and I might set those up, but also run these on sound active just to see how bright they are and how they put up with something that we all know, the gig bar. So be on the lookout for more videos with this light, the Betopper LB150. So this is the user manual where I got some of the specifics from. You can see right here, it says the beam angle is 1.72 degrees, which is pretty cool. And so as you get the light, make sure you guys run through this. It shows you the dimensions of the light. All right. It just shows you a lot of stuff from the power supply, the wattage of the actual light. That's Gotti. He's afraid of the light, guys, so just ignore him. But yeah, the color temperature, the beam angle, scan color, gobo, all that stuff is listed right here. You got your channel modes. Of course, you have 12 DMX channels on this thing. Shows you how many prisms or what the prism splits the light into, which is you got the 6 on the inside, 12 on the outside, which is basically 18 facets. All right, guys. Now the focus, it says manual focus. I want to know, where do I adjust the focus? As of now, this is about 20 feet away from the light source, and it's pretty in focus. So I'm probably good with just the factory set on this thing, the factory set focus. But yeah, and then this more than likely is going to be your menu. All right, this may just be, yes, this is your menu stuff. So we did go to setup, and we went to motor collaboration, press up, down. So that is the password for the motor collaboration. Up, down, up, down. All right. You got your dimming curve, got your refresh rate, voice control sensitivity, which is your sound active, state, motor information, lighting status, version, light source time. So yeah, that just lets you know how much you use this thing. Display settings, Chinese, English, closure, mode 1, closure, open. That's for the screen. So do you want it on? You want it off? Initial position adjustment is going to adjust every time you turn it on. It has 3-pin DMX. If you guys haven't gotten into DMX, man, I highly encourage it. You can make these lights do whatever it is you want to.